No man is a failure who has friends. One of my favorite quotes from my favorite movie. I've made an honest living for myself. Nothing that could afford me luxurious vacation homes or private yachts, but frankly, I've never really felt the need to pursue anything like that, because the most fulfilling and exciting experiences I've had in my life come from friends. Whether that's being invited to run a marathon and stay in a lavish home on the Cape, or causing shenanigans in a cozy ski cabin. I don't need to get an apartment in New York City, and I don't need a riverboat in Mexico. It's all come from a friend who's wanted me there. So why did I end up alone on this Australian beach?
Taking a beautiful beach day to myself because, well, honestly, I'm too hungover to take the train back to Brisbane with the others. But this is really nice. I've been so lucky to travel with these guys and, hang out with them. It's been the best time. But also, I'm kind of enjoying the solo day. Just chilling on the beach, taking a dip, going to a coffee shop, and do some shopping. Not bad.
Honestly, I think this ended up being such a fulfilling experience, and I really want to go out on my own more often and solo travel and just see what kind of experiences I can have. But first, let me explain what we're doing in Australia in the first place. Brendan. So over here we got me, Jess, and Brendan. We all grew up together in Maryland. Over here, we got Tyler. The other Tyler. We've been getting that a lot. After the three of us going to high school together, I went down to the Carolinas and met Tyler. Now we became friends in college, and Jess would come visit. We would all hang out, have a good time together. Eventually, Jess would go back, I would go back, and then Jess went to Australia, and that's what kind of prompted this whole thing. So, me and Brendan decided to go meet up, and Tyler decided to join too. You're my homie, Tyler's my homie, but you didn't really know him at all.
I know.
So it was
dude, but we got along,
I know.
I was dude, me and Tyler were best friends, we just got along.
Yeah, you guys didn't know each other at all, and then you're on the tour bus and I hear you two snickering behind me. I kept forgetting just because we all...
Yeah, it was funny.
The whole reason we went to Australia was to see Jess. And at this point, we've not seen her at all. And I think that's kind of funny. I mean, the whole idea behind going to Australia was to visit our friend and stay for free, basically.
Yeah.
But
that was my idea. I was I'll have a place to stay.
But the fact that Tyler was coming at the same time and he had some ideas of what he wanted to do, we were just screw it. She's working, let's go on some adventures. That's what brings us here. One of the things I find so fascinating about this whole thing is the pure chaos and serendipity of it all. I mean, the fact that we're all alive at the same time, going down all these crazy different paths, and it all leads us to the other side of the world at the same time together. It's truly a pretty wild thing to think about. But between this sort of wild web of friendships and us ditching our original plans to visit Jess and wandering around the coast of Australia on our own, it led me to the top of my bucket list, to a place that I didn't think I'd have the chance to see. But first, we had to get there.
You can't rub in all your sunscreen. Jeez, dude.
Oh.
That is... Dude, am I warm? Because...
yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Flight number 4.
Take a left turn, cross the railroad to the beach house.
The drive to the hostel was like.
This was so new compared to what.
Oh yeah, it was very unique compared to the other.
I feel like this is what Australia like was in my head.
Oh yeah.
Before we came.
It starts raining right before we get on our cruise.
Were you nervous at all at this point?
No, I don't think I was nervous till we started putting on the gear, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I've actually like done this before.
I don't know. I've never really had much of a problem with seasickness before, but I definitely had to hunker down a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
It was super choppy. It took some mental strength to keep my stomach in check.
I thought it wouldn't affect me, but it definitely got me after a while.
Maybe it was just like a mental thing too, because like I think if we just hopped on there and rode it out, like it would have been fine. But the fact that they're giving out stomach meds and people were vomiting in bags, and you start to look around, and you're like,
should I be feeling sick?
I don't know if I feel good. Once I got in, it was so unnatural.
Yeah, I like wasn't trusting the snorkel.
Yeah.
I was like trying to breathe out of my nose.
Salt water would get in the tube, and then you'd inhale the tube, and then you'd inhale a bunch of salt water and cough it all up. The first place was kind of a bust for me. I was kind of concerned that the whole day would be like that. I mean, by the end, I kind of got the hang of it. Stop number 2, we were hustling. We were swimming as fast as we could, trying to get shots of everything we could see. Just diving deep, trying to explore every nook and cranny that we could possibly reach. We just felt so like free. I feel like in the States, they'd have like a fenced-in area that you had to stay in, and like you had to have a life jacket on. And we just got on the boat, and they're like, just kind of go wherever.
Yeah, it's kind of wild, actually.
Like in the middle of the ocean.
How do they count for every? I mean,
well, they counted.
Yeah.
It was sweet, but it was exhausting. I put my GoPro away, and since I was already tired from hustling so hard the last stop, I decided to just sit back and enjoy this one. That's when it all washed over me, and I was just like, wow. Like, I'm just like hovering over this entire ecosystem, you know?
Yeah, you just look down and you're like, holy shit, I'm just like in the middle of the ocean with all this mysterious stuff beneath me. They're all just doing what they do, and you're just observing. A huge turning point in the trip for me, because while I had a blast running around cities with my friends, meeting new people, talking with other foreigners, the city of Cairns was the first time I truly felt like I was experiencing something otherworldly. I'm probably gonna name this video something silly like taking my friends to the Great Barrier Reef, but in reality, they led me there. All because my friends were down for an adventure. And though our time in Cairns was brief, there was one more thing we had to check off our bucket list before we flew to Sydney to see Jess.
There's this nice young couple that we met. I think they were Brazilian.
Yeah.
You know, this one girl appeared to be pregnant. Tyler decides to go like, oh, like, when's the baby due? And she goes, what? And he goes like, the baby, when is it due? And she goes, what? And I'm just sitting there next to him like, oh my God, this is not happening. Like, he just digs himself a deeper hole. He's like, you're pregnant, aren't you? And she goes, oh, yes, I'm pregnant. And it was just like a language barrier thing, but boy, was that bold.